Good morning, Vietnam! Breaking news. Oh, yeah. We are live in the studio, and I've got Henry, which you can see his little snoot in the frame there. We had like a 6-month check-in with the Howard County vet today. So he's healthy, a little chunky, just a couple of pounds overweight. But anyway, welcome to the weekly news. Let's kick it off right here. I'm actually going to start with something I'm super pumped about. The Fayette Falcons beat Westran 7-6. Did that make sense? What? You know, Westran lost 6-7. You know what I'm saying?
I'm putting in my 2 weeks.
Hey, putting in your 2 weeks. This is your generation. We are back, and yeah, Fayette won 7-6. Anyway, well, let's get off to the front page of the Fayette newspaper. We have the Fireman's Hog Roast on Sunday. That, I think, has been corrected. That is not this Sunday, but the next Sunday, right? Yeah. I'm verifying with you, Cody.
Why would
you should know the local news and what's going on and when it's happening.
You're the news guy.
Anyway,
you're the journalist.
Let me double check. I am not a journalist, all right. I saw it on the Fayette News Exchange. I really hate how Facebook, like, show me the most recent posts, not the most relevant, because then Facebook's like, this is what I think is relevant. And Facebook's so out of touch, it's not even funny. Yeah. Okay, so the Fireman's Roast is not this Sunday, September 28th. That's Sunday, October 5th. Correction. The Fireman's Hog Roast. So usually there is a meal and they often sell out quickly, which I can attest to. The cost for a meal is $10, and the hog roast serves as a fundraiser for all the volunteer departments. All proceeds spent on firefighting and live-saving equipment. Not life, live. Boop, boop. The Fayette High School Homecoming Court, which again, I think this should actually be a presidential thing. We've got the Homecoming Court from left to right. Freshman attendants Tessa Gose and Sam Busker. Sophomores Josie Bentley and Quentin Sutton. Juniors are Brooklyn Weiss and Kai Cunningham. And senior king and queen candidates are Ella Doolin, Carter Vroman, Amaya Burkett, Ethan Bean, Clara Gose, and Peyton Oath. There's quite a few ice cream shop slingers or ex-slingers in there. So congrats to all you guys who were nominated. I think, you know, if it's the way I was in high school, it's just kind of a popularity thing. But congrats to you guys for being liked by more than a couple people. Let's see here. All right. Follow up on the Casey's violent brawl. They've found 2 people, and I think 2 poor people at large, but I thought there was at least 6 people in this thing. But anyway, they got a couple people in custody, and they were not chill on the convictions that they gave them. I think a count of 3rd-degree domestic assault and 2 counts of 3rd-degree assault, like normal assault. All are class 3 felonies. If you guys see a brawl start at any other local gas stations, those could be the guys. Imagine like your like crime, like what you're known for, you know, like you've got like those serial killers that are known for, like, give me one of them. Like,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
I don't know. I'm thinking of Dexter, like the Bay Harbor Butcher, you know, stuff like that. Imagine like your criminal thing, like you get into jail and they're like, are you the Casey's Brawl guy? Fayette R3 is going to seek a $2 million bond issue in April, and they want to do that to improve the bleachers, press box, and concession stands at the high school football field. I don't know how money works, but I would like to see us win a few more games before we spend that money. What are you laughing at? Henry? Why? Just chewing on this bone. Okay, anyway. It said, if passed, the bond will not increase the current debt service levy that voters have already approved. However, the passage will not allow the burden on taxpayers to drop either. School districts frequently use bond issues as a strategy to keep debt at levels that voters have already approved to avoid having to go to the ballot. Yeah, I don't know how much that's going to cost unless like the high school concession stands are falling apart. But my gut reaction to that is, never mind. I won't share. I just want to see us be decent at football first. Okay, here we go. Exchange Bank contributes to the Rotary Club's Senior Center project, which is awesome. $500 by Exchange Bank over to the Rotary. That's great. Let's see here. The Fayette Senior Center. I'm going to read off. This will probably come out by Friday, September 26th, which is my wife Annie's birthday. She's turning 30. I don't know if I should say what her... but I feel like 30 is a big one, you know, like you're not like you're hitting your prime, babe. All right. You're hitting your prime. Anyway, so by the time this comes out, I'm going to read next week's Senior Center menu. We got meatloaf and gravy. Like it says meatloaf / gravy, bread, mashed potatoes, and then you got the next day beef stroganoff. Wednesday, October 1st, beef tip. Then on Thursday, you got a cheddar baked chicken, and then Friday, country fried steak. Just a reminder, the Fayette Senior Center offers homebound, prepackaged, and frozen meals. Hometown Heroes launches to connect first responders with Howard County youth. A new countywide initiative called Hometown Heroes is getting underway in Howard County, aiming to connect first responders with local children through positive, non-emergency interaction. The effort is being organized by the newly established nonprofit Howard County Heroes, Inc., which brings together law enforcement, fire, EMS, and 911 personnel to build trust with area youth and families. Let's see here. Who's behind this thing? Okay, the founding board includes Glasgow Police Chief TJ Livermore, Fayette Police Chief Bo Wells, Howard County Ambulance Director Frank Flashbowler, Katie Flashbowler, Tracy John Meyer of the Howard County Children's Division. Well, that sounds cool. CMU choirs to explore symbols of fire and light and performance on Sunday. Should probably wear some glasses to that. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. Maybe 20 churches, or I just can't count on these things. Henry, will you chill the... Come here. It's okay. It's okay. And on to the sports. As I mentioned, Westran lost 6-7 to the Fayette Falcons. So Carter Vroman plowed through the Westran defense. That's just a weekly thing. Even if they're not playing Westran, it just plows through them. So the Fayette defense prevented a 2-point conversion and made 3 second-half takeaways to preserve a 1-point lead and pulled off a 6-7 win over Westran on Friday in Huntsville. The clincher came in, I hate that word, with 86 seconds left. Westran trailing by 1 from midfield through a pass across the middle into the waiting hands of Fayette Jr. Brody Tucker to halt the Hornets' comeback drive. So congrats to you guys. I think that puts us at 2-2. That is awesome. Congrats to you guys. This headline says fourth quarter meltdown sours family day game for Eagles. After tying against Peru State 43-43 in a wild shootout over the first 3 periods, Central Methodist... Is there only 3 periods? Oh, I think he meant quarters. First 3 quarters, the Central Methodist Eagles threw 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter, including a pick 6 to fall 64-43. That's still a lot of points, so congrats to the offense on that one. The Fayette Falcons secured consolation in the Fayette tournament, which means they must have lost the first game and then won the rest. So same record as probably 3rd place or 2nd place, but whatever. That's why you got to lose. That's why you got to win the first one. Harrisburg lost to Salisbury. Let's see what that score is. 36-0. Salisbury is apparently good. They're usually not good at sports, so that's surprising. They're always good. Jake Addison took first place in the home race here. Fayette Jakes Addison took first place in the 9th grade boys B division in Missouri NICA races on Sunday at Gans Creek in Columbia. That's awesome. Congrats to him. CMU President Roger Drake presented a $10,000 check to Fairgrounds Development Board member Dr. Ken Vroman. So they made a sizable donation to the Fairground Development Board. That's awesome for all you people that say CMU doesn't do anything for this town. Shut up. Okay, coming up soon, Fayette City Council meets September 23rd. That already happened. Friday, we have homecoming versus Lynn. Harrisburg is at home versus Tipton. Saturday, pork chop dinner for the American Legion. And the Howard County Progressives Potluck and Discussion Group. That better be like progressively political, not Progressive the insurance company, because I will burn this place to the ground and then file a claim. Friday, October 3rd, football is at Tipton. Harrisburg is at home versus South Callaway. Saturday, October 4th, you got a new Franklin Park Board kickball tournament. Dude, bring kickball back. That was when days were good for me as a kid, man. I was good at kickball.
They still play kickball.
Yeah, but it's not the cool.
They need to bring back dodgeball with the real dodgeball.
We need to bring back kickball in a cool way, but I don't know how to do it in a cool way because it feels like if you can't play slow pitch softball, that's what you go do. Also, as I'm 30 now, I'm just into golf.
Jiu-jitsu next.
Jiu-jitsu. I do need to be able to take a man. All right. Cassie Joe.
Unpopular opinion. If you are in a relationship, married, have a significant other, and you feel the need to constantly blow up their phone just to listen to them breathe throughout the day, you know that they're at work, you know that they're hanging out with friends, why? Get a hobby. If you have separation anxiety or a severe need for codependency, seek help, please, because their employer is not paying them to talk to you all day. Okay, you're distracting them, you're creating issues with their quality. While at work, stop. Okay, you can actually get people in trouble at work for doing that, unless they're their own boss. Then that's between you and them. The second part, if they're out with friends, let them have fun. Quit interrupting their day. I was in the car with a woman one time who called her husband every 20 minutes. 20 minutes. What are you doing? Watching the football game. Oh, okay. Well, have fun. Click. 20 minutes later. Hey, what are you doing? Watching the football game. Oh, okay. It was super disrespectful towards his time, and it was super disrespectful towards the people that were trying to have a good time with her. Stop it. Please. Get a hobby. Find something else to do. Please, just stop.
It's kind of like when people complain about like their spouse is snoring. Like, I get that. And then like you read those stories where like the spouse dies and they're like, all I want to hear is him snoring. Like, I can't sleep because I can't hear the snoring. So yeah, I mean, it's good to like have people love you and check in on you. But also in general, like people should just get off their phones. I don't know what y'all did like 30 years ago when your husband, like, okay, 30 years ago, let's roll it back like 120 years where you like, you had more than that. Oh my gosh, like 200 years where your husband like had to take a wagon to the river for a few days. Like, I'm going to guess these ladies didn't have as much anxiety about what was going on. But also like, men, stop giving people anxiety. Like, go where you say you're going to go. Don't lie. Maybe she's worried about this dude cheating. I don't know. I ain't dogging on you, Cassie. I agree with you. People should just overall say, I'm going somewhere, and just chuck your phone in a river while you go. Just so you know, I'm getting back to blocking people. Like from I don't know where the agency came from to just feel like you can text somebody whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want. And this isn't any this is specific, but if you're thinking this is about you, it's probably not. The people who I'm talking about are probably not watching this. But like, if you just have the agency to text me something either really rude or like you're my boss or something, blocked. Like, no, we're done with that. You want to reach me, you can send me a letter. I'm back to sending letters, and I know stamps are 65 cents a stamp, but whatever. That's where I'm at. Okay, weekly Fayette News Exchange. Here we go. Looks like Jed Foster is going to offer getting your house all lit up with lights for Christmas or Halloween. Somebody else at the same time started offering light installation. We have a light installation war going on in the Fayette News Exchange. Kay Wyatt is looking for a Christian church in or near Fayette. That should be most of them. And the paper's got at least 19 in them. And 6 children looking for a church that's very welcoming to kids and families. Dennis Johnson is looking for a church that follows conservative values.
Read the comments.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think I track with one of these comments that says looks for a church that follows Jesus. It's not a political gathering. Also, like, the word conservative is such a broad use. So if you're talking politically conservative, most church values are going to be politically conservative. But are we talking about like, so not that anybody cares, by the way. All right. I like to describe myself as somebody who is from a political belief, which doesn't make sense, but I am fiscally conservative and socially biblical, okay? Because I believe both of those values come from reading your Bible and following Jesus, right? If you follow Jesus, it's going to be a lot of fiscally conservative, fiscally, don't be in debt, reduce your debt, things like that. Don't spend money that you don't have. Be a good steward of the things that you have. And then socially, what the Bible says is what the Bible says. So anyway, yeah, somebody said if a church is not teaching you to strive to be more like Jesus and instead teaches you the values of a political party, you should not attend that church. Probably true. Somebody said Jesus was anything but conservative. I would just encourage you guys. I'm big on going to church in the community that you're part of or with the community that you're part of. I also think we have gotten to so many different churches and denominations because we've been unwilling to work through what I would call open hand theology issues. I understand churches having differences on closed hand theology on things that like what some people would say is not a negotiation, right? Like, is Jesus the only way to God? Things like that. We just tend to see a lot of, even sometimes we just see movements of different churches being planted just because they don't like how things feel at a certain church. And I just think I'd like to see us be more persistent towards working with the people that are in our community versus just changing something because we don't like it. And I will say now that I am a parent in my 30s, my young 30s, I need like all the churches to hear this because I watch all of these churches, and this isn't a shot at anybody, but I watch all all these churches go, we need to have these young adult programs or these newly married programs or these like newly married with kids programs. Like they're very directed at a specific age demographic. Two things I'll say there is they grow up. So what do you do when they have like 2 kids now or 3 kids now, or maybe they go from being a young adult to married? What do you do about that? But 2, I will just say, I need old people, old Christian believers more than ever in my life. Like I do not need to be, I'm surrounded with plenty, but I do not need to be surrounded with more tired, stressed out parents who just want to sleep that have kids my age. I need like the grandmas, the parents that want to like hold my baby and help me walk through these seasons where there's moments like in the middle of the night where like, I don't know if we're going to make it through any of this stuff whatsoever. And somebody to go, hey, you're going to be okay. Try this trick, you know. Well, that's mostly what's in the weekly news. Abaya, what's selling at the ice cream shop this week?
Our best seller this week, Caramel Apple Crisp. I'm very impressed because I was once told last year that it would not sell and that it was disgusting. So take that, Landon. It's not disgusting and people love it. Another bestseller, not that you asked, but thank you for asking. Cinnamon is the real underdog, and we're very proud of our cinnamon ice cream, and nobody seems to like it in the past, and now everyone's coming around, and it's been in our hearts all this time, so we're so glad. I made an ice cream flavor that's secret. We've never had it before. We might not ever have it again. I really don't know. And I really can't come up with a name for it. So maybe if you can help me come up with a name, then I'll tell you the flavor. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank my special guest today, Henry. Come here, buddy. Oh, no, he's laying too sweet there. You stay right there. He's tired. So thanks again to the Howard County vet for taking care of him this morning. Just want to encourage you folks. The weather's getting cooler. Spend some time. Call somebody today, like on the phone, and just ask them how they're doing, okay? Quit texting. Get off social media. Go outside. Be blessed. See you next week.